Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The ISUPK, under Commanding General Yahana, presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yahana. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and war like apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
La Yashadu, which means to Israel. Imagine, which means to stand. Panyakadam, which means to rise and face the east. All right. Salaam. All right. All right, this is going to be the Lord's Prayer. All right, this is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kudash, Hayah, Shukah, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Taba'a, Rakazaka, Hayah, Asha, Barataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathanawa, Lakam, Call Yawam, Wasalak Nanawa, Kabawat Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kabawat Yanawa, Wala'a, Taba'a Nawa, Vanasayawan, Abal, Hawashai Nawa, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Nakab, Hamalakwa, Wa Allah, Wa Taparaf, La Awalamim, Aman. The Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. So be it. Amen. The cock, the power in the Hebrew, Yahweh. Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bapashah, Muthananawa, the cock. Kak la pa'a, Karmakala, Karmanawa, Kak, La Tahar, Hamatazari, Kak, La Hakim, Hamati, Kak, Arakawat, Hatama Allah, the Garshin, Bashimia Washai, Tawaraman. In English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against the unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. Bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, Barak Lanawa, Wayasha Allah, Wahabayah, Saparin, Barak, Bashim Yahweh Shai, the Wada Aman. What we just said was in the English, Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shai, bless us in Israel, in the school, in the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'a, Adenya, Ahariya, Ma'ayan, Yaba'a, Azariya, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Asha, Shemayim, Waratasa, Ayatan, Lamawat, Revolta, Ayanawam, Shemarka, Hana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yashan, Shawamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shemarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Ayad, Yamyaka, Yawamam, Hashemas, La'a, Yakakak, Wayarak, Walayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makara, Yashamar, Apapashka, Yahweh. Yashamar Taba Africa, Wabawaka, Mayata, Wa'ai, Awalam. Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up my eyes into the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help comes from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Adamil Salak, Adamiyalaka, Ata Karash, wa Ata Shakwa, O Kayahana, Awapika, Yahama Yawan, Ra'ash al Amaka, Yarayamba, Sawata, Wayata Yatazawa, Alta the Pawanyaka, Amara, Lakawa, Unakakidan, Magoya, Wala Yasakar, Sham Yasha'ala, Iwada, Kaya, Nawatazawa, Laba, Yakatwa, Alika, Variaf, Yakaratwa, Ahoya, Adawam, Wayashama Alayam, Mawa Abba, Wakari, Ball, Wamawan, Wamalak, Palashat, Am Yashabia, Tazabor, Gam Ashabor, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawat, Sarah, Labani Lawat, Salah, Ashalaham, Kamadian, Kasiyat Sara'ah, Kayabian, Bunakor, Kuyashwan, not Salah. Now, Nashamatwa, Bayan Da'ara, Hayawat, Daman, La Adamat, Sheatamba, Nada, Yatmawa, Kaira, Bakasabat, Bakatazor Manat, Karnasia Kumba, Ashar, Amara, Nara Shah, Nanawa, Af, Naawa, Alahayim, Alahaya, Sheatamba, Kagoga, Kubash, Lapanya Rabaka, Kaash, Kabariya Ira, Wakalabak, Dalahat, Harim, Khan, Dardatma, Kasaraka, Wabasu Patka, Dalaham, Mala'at, Hanyaham, Kualawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shaka, Yahawa, Yabashu, Wayabahog, Ayai, Wayakaparwa, Wayabatwa, Wayataiwa, Kaya Atha, Shaka, Yahweh, Labaka, Al-Yawan, Al-Kaharatazah. Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee are lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off of being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hungarian, the Baal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Salah, doing to them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kisan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth, make their nobles like a rib, and like Zeb, yea, all the princes as Zabah, and as Amunah, who said, Let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession, O my power. Make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flames set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Lord. Let us be confounded in trouble forever, yea, let us be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. All right. Power structures. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living, Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai, listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nations and the drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Posse Comitatus, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, works of witchcraft, Nazi space programs, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet, in the airways, cable access channels, and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way, or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shut the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh Shai, Michael, and Gabriel come down with flying saucers to punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it's the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media, throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you always, so be it. All right, Sar, which means the term. All right, Yeshavium, which means to be seated. All right. See some real quick. All right, no sweat. All right, well, first things first, I want to say shalom. Yahweh Bashim Yahshua Barakatah to the brothers, shalom Yahweh Shamar, Alatah, Bashim Yahweh Shai to the sisters, all right? I am priest and officer 5000 Maccabia out of Isupk, Minnesota, under Commanding General Yohana, 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, since 1969, all right? As you know, every Saturday, Lord allow, we have what is called the Sabbath service. And the Sabbath service is a traditional and cultural service that we do as far as Israelites. If you are so-called Black, Latino, North American, Indian, this is something that is part of your culture, where we dive into our history. We have our garments meaning our royal warlike apparel. You see the headpiece, you see the shield, all right? You see the garment that I'm wearing with the war belt attached. And we dive into our records, which is the Bible. Now, a lot of people think when you hear the Bible, you think about religion. Religion is Christianity, which you cannot find in the Bible. The book of the Bible was used in order to push religion, all right, which is something that comes from man and not God. All right, so that's the difference. Everything that Christianity stands for, when you go into the Bible, it does not add up. The contradiction is not the Bible, it is the religion that was made by man. This book, however, comes from the Most High God. He is not a human being type of man. He is what you would consider a masculine spirit. He is far above man. That's why he is named the Most High, because there's no one above him. All right. So, with that being said, the story that the brother last week, the brother had went over the beginning of the story of Balak and Balaam. All right, where a king wanted Balaam, King Balak, the king of the Moabites, who are the Chinese, wanted Balaam to curse Israel. But the problem with that was, the Most High was with Israel, okay? And the Most High will not allow it. Now the Most High, understand this, the Most High can use anyone to come up against Israel if he sees fit, especially in the time of punishment, right? In captivity, a lot of times we were under our enemies, okay? Egypt, for example. The Egyptians are Africans, Hamites, Hamitic people, and we were under their rulership. And we went through the whole book of Exodus just to show you, and a little bit of Numbers at the earlier chapters. No sweat. So we saw the type of things and the environment, the type of age and society that the Hebrews were in. And what the situation was as far as oppression, which is no different today. If you do not know, if you're not aware, in today's time,
who runs this earth are going to be so-called white people. That should be very evident because they are the ones that's responsible for your laws, your food, your travel, life and death. They are in control of this entire earth. They run it. You know what I mean? We are under their rulership. This earth is not ran by God's chosen people how it's supposed to be. So again, that was talked about last week. We are going to talk more about that this week and see where we are, okay? If you have any questions or concerns, you know what to do. You can type it into the chat. We accept all questions. We are not the Christian church whatsoever, all right? Again, we are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, all right? Let me see. All right, so as we always do, we dive into the Hebrew, which is the native tongue of the Hebrews, okay? The ancient Paleo Hebrew is the language of the so-called African Americans, North American Indians, and Latinos. So let me see where I'm at. So like, y'all give me 1 second here. Okay, Most High in Christ. All right. Okay. Uh, 3, 6, 7. Okay. All right. This is Numbers chapter 22, verse 36. All right. Wayashamai, Balak, Kiyah, Ba'a, Baalam, Wayataza'a. La Karathwa, Al, Ayar, Mawa'al, Ashar, Al, Gabawal, Arnan, Ashar, Bakwataza, Ha-Gabawal, verse 37, Wayamar, Balak, Al, Baalam, Hala'a, Shalak, Shalakathia, Ayak, La Korah, Lak, Lama, La'a, Halakath, Auya, Ha-Amanan, La'a, Awakol, Kabad, verse 38, Wayamar, Bala'am, Al, Balak, Hana, Ba'athia, Aliyak, Aitha, Ayakawal, Awakal, Dabar, Ma'awama, Hadabar, Ashar, Yashyam, Alhayim, Bapaya, Athwa, Adabar, verse 39, Wayalak, Balaam, Ain, Balak, Wayaba'awa, Qaryath, Katazawath, verse 40, Wayazabat, Balak, Bapar, Wataza'a, Wataza, Watazan, Wayashalak, Shalak, let me see. Give me 1 second here. Labalayim. Walasharian. Ashar. Akwa. Verse 41. Shalak. Okay. Verse 41. Wayahaya. Babakwar. Wayakwak. Balak. As. Balayim. Waya la'ai salaya. Waya ilawa. Bamawas. Ba'al. Waya ra'a. Masham. Kwatazah. Ha'ain. Numbers chapter 23, verse 1. Waya Amar. Balam. Al. Balak. Bana. Leah. Bazah. Shabai. Mazabath. Wakahan. Leah. Bazah. Shabai. Parium. Washabai. Auyam. All right. And then that's it on that part. Clap it up. All right. All right. Y'all give me a second here. All right. All right. Now, this is Numbers chapter 22, verse 36. And when Balak heard that Balaam was come, he went out to meet him unto a city of Moab, which is in the border of Arnon, which is in the utmost coast. 37. And Balak said unto Balaam, did I not earnestly send unto thee to call thee? Wherefore camest thou not unto me? Am I not able indeed to promote thee to honor? Verse 38. And Balaam said unto Balak, lo, I am come unto thee. Have I now any power at all to say anything? The word that God putteth in my mouth, that shall I speak. Good night. Verse 39. And Balaam went into Balak, and they came unto Kirthasoath. That's a long way. Yeah, that's a crazy word. So, give me 1 second. So just real quick, right? So between the interaction between Balak and Balaam, pretty much, Balak is saying like, where have you been? You couldn't have came a little sooner. You know what I mean? Like I've been sitting here waiting. Like where have you been? And Balaam is like, well damn. I'm only gonna, I can only do as I'm told, based on, the Most High speaking to me, is what he's saying. You know what I mean? He's like, well, hey, the Spirit on me, it's telling me like, to come when I'm ready to arrive here at this place, at this time. Okay? So let's keep going. Let me see. Verse 40, and Balak offered oxen and sheep, and also to Balaam knows, like, because of that interaction, that he knows that, he's under, watch, he's under strict watch when it comes to Balak, as far as wanting him to be there sooner than scheduled, all right, at this place to meet up. Verse 40, and Balak offered oxen and sheep and sent to Balaam and to the princes that were with him. Verse 41, and it came to pass on the morrow that Balak took Balaam. And it came to pass on the morrow that Balak took Balaam and brought him up into the high places of Baal, that hence he might see the utmost parts of the people. All right. Numbers chapter 23, verse 1. And Balaam said unto Balak, build me here 7 altars. Okay. And Balaam said unto Balak, build me here 7 altars, and prepare me here 7 oxen and 7 rams. So this is the arrangement that is being had for their deal of, Balak wanting Balaam to, be against the children of Israel. Understand that Balak is the king of the Moabites, who is Chinese. He is a enemy to the Israelites. And Balaam, in this sense, would be of Israel. All right. It's so crazy how, how it takes heathens to try to use your very own to manipulate, to try to destroy you, try to, harm you and hurt you in every way possible. That's called Black leaders today. That's called Latino leaders today, North American Indian leaders right now in our very own community that look just like you, that been through what you've been through. But however, they are now at a place where they are in the hands of the oppressor or oppressors, any beast of the field for that matter, right? They are now living a life where, okay, there are people within your own community that they say that they are for you. They look like you, they support you, but they live at a place of a status and a class that shows otherwise, that shows that they really don't give a damn about you. They can say it, but they don't show it. They don't live it. That's your politicians very much today. And the reason why a lot of people follow certain politicians and look up to certain entertainers is because they look at them in their own likeness. That's why Obama was a black face for the Black community. Kamala Harris was the same thing, although she is not Black. Obama is not African American. They appeared because they have melanin to their complexion, right? We can't look at the physical. We have to know who these people really are. And Obama even separated himself from you. He said he professed who he was, which was African. But African Americans, is so-called Black people, are not Africans. We might have lived there for a time, you know what I mean, under another people, but it doesn't mean that is our origin story. But again, they were a blackface. These Latino, you have Latino mayors and politicians and senators and North American Indians who are a part of the society of Esau, which is the white race, and they are not for the people but against the people. Now, the king of Moab, who is Balak, wanted Balaam to go against the Israelites, to curse them. But we are going to see how this all plays out. All right, that's the point of that. And once again, they had an arrangement. Balaam said unto Balak, build me here 7 altars and prepare me in here 7 oxen and 7 rams. Let's keep going. Actually, so that's it on that part. Let's go back into the Hebrew. 3, 6, 7. All right. Give me 1 second here. Oh, okay. Most High Christ. All right. Salaki, give me 1 second here. All right. Let's see. Okay. All right. This is Numbers chapter 23, verse 2. Waya Aish, Balak, Kashar, Debar, Balaam, Waya Al, Balak, Wabalam, Par, Wayal, Bamazabak, verse 3, Wayamar, Balaam, La Balak. Hathai Yatazab. Hathai Yatazab. There we go. Al Thak. Wa'alaka. Awalya. Yakara. Yahweh. La Paraathia, Wadabar, Ma, Yaraanya, no, Salakia, Waha Gaddathia, Lak, Wayalak, Shapia, verse 4. Wayakwar, Alahayim, Al, Baalam, Wayamar, Alua, Af, Shabayeth, Hamazabath, sorry, Hamazabath, Arakathia, Wa'al, Par, Wa'yal, Mazabak, verse 5. Wayasham, Yahweh, the bar, Bathia, Baalim, Wayamar, Shawab, Al, Balak, Waka, Thadabar, verse 6. Wayashad, Alua, Wahana, Natazab, Al, Alathwa, Awa'a, it's like Hawa'a, Wakal, Sharia, Mawa'a, verse 7. Wayasha, Mashalwa, Wayamar, Man, Iram, Yanakanya, Balak, Malak, Mawa'ab, Mahararia, Qadam, Laka, Ira, Laya, Yaikwa, okay. Walaka, Zayma, Yasha'ala, verse 8, last verse, Ma, Aquab, La'a, Quba, Al, Wama, Azaim, La'a, Za'im, Yahweh. And then that's it on that. Just clap it up. All right, let's keep going. This is Numbers chapter 23, verse 2. And Balak did as Baalim had spoken. And Balak and Baalim offered an offering. And Balak and Baalim offered on every altar. And Balak and Aram. And Baalim said unto Balak, stand by thy burnt offerings, and I will go. Peradventure, the Lord will come to meet me. And whatsoever he showeth me, I will tell thee. And he went to an high place. Verse 4. And God met Baalim, and he said unto him, I have prepared 7 altars, and I have offered upon every altar a bullock and a ram. And the Lord put a word in Baalim's mouth, and said, return unto Balak, and thus thou shalt speak. Verse 6. And he returned unto him, and lo, he stood by his burnt sacrifice, he and all the princes of Moab. And he took up his parable, and said, Balak, the king of Moab, hath brought me from Aram, out of the mountains of the east, saying, come, curse me, Jacob, and come, defy Israel. Verse 8. How shall I curse whom God hath not cursed? Or how shall I defy whom the Lord hath not defied? Good night. You know what I mean? So give me 1 second here. Let me see. All right, so I'm gonna read this part again, right? When it says verse 7. And he took up this parable and said, Balak, the king of Moab, had brought me from Aram out of the mountains of the east, saying, Come, curse me, Jacob, and come defy Israel. Verse 8. How shall I curse whom God hath not cursed? Or how shall I defy whom the Lord hath not defied? Now, what's very important about this, right? You know what I mean? So Balak, the king of Moab, in the previous chapter, we hear that, we hear the interactions between Israel and the Amorites, all right, and what they went through. Now, in order for Israel to ever be unprotected, to ever be hurt, they had to sin against the Most High. Because the moment that they sin against the Most High, the protection, the hedge is just gone. The contract has ended. All right. You got to understand, like the house that we live in, the house of the Lord is a house that you can actually get kicked out of. When you go against the rules, when you go against the protocols, you are going to be penalized for it. Rightfully so. And you may lose your position. You may be kicked out of the house, which is real life things, man. Like the Most High is a father. And as a father, he protects. You know what I mean? He protects his children. However, the Most High is in control of what happens to his people, whether they are to be blessed or cursed. The Most High is in control at the end of the day. Any oppressor, any king, any person that deems themselves to have authority or power or a certain status can try to say or do whatever that there is that they want to do or say to God's chosen people. But at the end of the day, the Most High has to say so of what happens and does not happen, what is said and what is not said. What is this thing that comes against us, and what is that thing that does not come up against us? And we are seeing that in real time in 2026, right now. We're seeing it right now in real time as far as what's happening in the world today. Everything that's happening with those wars, all right, is because of the Most High's doing. All right? Let's keep going. So in a nutshell, he's telling him, the Most High is in control of this. Who can curse him? Curse them. How shall I curse whom God hath not cursed? Or how shall I defy whom the Lord hath not defied? It lets you know where the power sits, and it sits with the Most High in Christ. I'm still like the Most High, and not based on what the king said that he wanted to do. That's why Baalim said that, hey, look, give me a moment. I know what you want me to do, but let me talk to the Lord and see what's what and what's not. Let's keep going. Let's go back into the Hebrew. Yeah, let's go back into the Hebrew. All right. All right. This is Numbers chapter 23, verse 9. Kaya Mara'ash Taryam. It's like Tazarium. Aranua. So why my the Biowa? I should warn what? Hun, I'm Labada. Yashakan. Slakia, wa bakawamium la'a yathakashab. Verse 10. Maya mana ipar yaikwa yamasapar ath Rabbi, Yasha'ala, Thamath, Napashia, Mawath, Yesharim, Wataya, Akariathia, Kamawa, verse 11, Wayamar, Balak, Ath, Shalakit, Al, Baalam, Ma, Ashiach, Laya, Laquab, Ayapia, Laqua Kathyak, Wahana, Barak, verse 12, Waya'ain, Wa'amar, Hala'ah, Ath, Ashar, Yashem, Yahweh, Bapayah, Athwa, Ashamar, Ladabar, verse 13, Wayamar, Aliwa, Balak, Lak, Lakah, Na'a, Athia, Al, Makawam, Akar, Ashar, Thara'anwa, Masham, Apaz, Quatazawa, Thara'ah, Wakawa, La'ah, Thara'ah, Wabakwanwa, Laya, Masham, verse 14, Waya Kwathwa, Shaddai, Taza'apium, Al, Ra'ash, Hapasagah, Wayaban, Shabai, Mazabath, Waya'al, Par, Wa'ayal, Ba-Mazabak, verse 15, Wayamar, Al, Balak, Hatayatazad, Ka, Al, Al-Thak, Wa'anakia, Akura, Ka, and then that's it on that, slap it up. All right. All right, this is Numbers chapter 23, verse 9. For from the top of the rocks I see him, and from the hills I behold him. Lo, the people shall dwell alone, and shall not be reckoned among the nations. 10. Who can count the dust of Jacob, and the number of the fourth part of Israel? Let me die the death of the righteous, and let my last end be like his. Verse 11. And Balak said unto Baalim, What hast thou done unto me? I took thee to curse my enemies, and behold, thou hast blessed them altogether. Verse 12. And he answered and said, Must I not take heed to speak that which the Lord hath put in my mouth? That's heavy. And Balak said unto him, Come, I pray thee, with me unto another place, from whence thou mayest see them. Thou shalt see but the utmost part of them, and shalt not see them all, and curse me them from thence. Verse 14. And he brought him into the field of Zophim, and of the top of Pisgah, and built 7 altars, and offered a bullock and a ram on every altar. Verse 15. And he said unto Balak, Stand here by thy burnt offering while I meet the Lord yonder. Right. So again, Baalim breaks it down to Balak, like, okay, because this is not of the Lord, the Lord told me what I should do and should not do. So I'm not going to curse them. But now Balak is like, well, damn, like, you know, I thought we had a type of agreement where you was going to curse them, but however, you are blessing them, and these are my enemies that I want them to be destroyed. And now, you know, Balaam and Balak is looking at, you know, like you said, the utmost part of Israel, just looking at how they are surviving and thriving. He's considering looking at their way of life. And however, this king is so wicked, and he considers God's chosen to be enemies, that he wants to wipe them out. He wants them to be destroyed. He doesn't want anything, you know, great about these people to, you know, continue. Because again, he's showing them in all of their glory, the way that they are living. Okay? That's why he wants these Israelites to be, or these Hebrews, you know what I mean? He wants God's chosen to be destroyed. And once again, we just read Psalms 83. Psalms 83 shows you how these multiple nations of people will be confederate against one nation, and that is Israel, God's chosen. You would think like, damn, like, what did the Israelites do in order for all these group of nations to come up against them, to want to be against them for that reason, for that matter? You got to ask yourself that question. It's because of the hatred of who we are and who they are not, and who we serve and who they do not serve. That's the glory, man. Like that. That's the reason. The reason is we are hated amongst all other nations is because we have something that they do not. We have a true power, a true God that is real, that is living, that is in our defense. Like what's happening in Israel, if they had a God like the Most High in Christ, that would not happen. Their enemies, like as far as Israel being destroyed, understand that is not, or Iran. I'm sorry, Iran. Those Iranians, if they had a true God like the Most High in Christ, which they do not serve because they are not the children of Israel, if they had someone like the Most High, that would not happen, man. It wouldn't happen. No one can come up against them because the Lord is behind them. But that's not the case. They are being destroyed because the Lord is against them. And the Lord is against those that are in Israel right now, the physical place. Now, the people, however, God's chosen, so-called Black, Hispanic, Native Indians, and Latinos. Now, not complexion, but the people. The people, however, those are the Most High's people. And he is going to, as he chooses, to destroy or not to destroy, bless or curse, as he will. And so this situation between Balak and Balaam, again, Balak is trying to convince Balaam, again, look, let me show you this. Let me build you some more altars and give you a little bit more of this. Like he's trying to find a way to persuade, and he's being very persistent about him wanting to destroy his enemies. And he's using this man. He's going to give him all the spoils, whatever it takes. He's going to give him whatever it takes in order to get this done, to destroy his enemies. And that is such a disgusting enemy that they would try to do. They would go above and beyond whatever it means to get rid of you, even if that means in death, even if that means, you know, to lie and to be, you know, be a grimy person. That is the spirit of all of the enemies against Israel, especially the oppressor. The oppressor is not even satisfied with your blood. That's in the scriptures. He's not satisfied with just, you know, you drawing blood. However, he wants your soul. He wants you to be completely wiped out, where there's no existence of you remaining. And boy, oh boy, that's evil. All right. So let's keep going. Let me see. All right, that was everything on that. So let's keep going back into the Hebrew. We are in Numbers chapter 23, verse 16, all the way to verse 22. All right. Numbers chapter 23, verse 16. Wayafar, Yahweh, Al, Baalim, Wayasham, the bar, Bapayawa, Wayamar, Shawab, Al, Balak, Waka, Tha, the bar. Verse 17. Wayaba'a, Alyawa, Wahanwa, Natazah, Al, Ilatwa, Washaria, Mawa'ab, Athwa, Wayamar, Lawa, Balak, Ma, the bar, Yahweh. Verse 18. Wayasha, Mashalwa, Wayamar, Kawam, Balak, Washamai, Salakia, Zanah, Idea, Banwa, Tazapar, verse 19, La'ah, Ayash, Al, Bayatazab, Waban, Adam, Wayatakam, Wayatakam, Ahawa'a, Amar, Wala'a, Yasha, Wadabar, Wala'a, Yamana. Yaqua, Yamana, verse 20, Hana, Barak, La Quakathia, Wabarak, Wala'a, Salakia, Ashayabna, Asha Yabana, yeah, Asha Yabana, Asha Yabana, verse 21, La'a, Habayat, Iwan, Bayakwa, Wala'a, Ra'a, Imal, Bayasha'ala, Yahweh, Alahaya, Imwa, Watharwayas, Malak, Bawa, verse 22, last verse, Al, Watazayam, Ma Matazari, Katawaya Path, Ra'am, Lawa. And then that's it on that part. Let's clap it up. All right, this is Numbers chapter 23, verse 16. And the Lord met Baalim and put a word in his mouth and said, Go again unto Balak and say thus. And when he came to him, behold, he stood by his burnt offering, and the princes of Moab with him. And Balak said unto him, What hath the Lord spoken? Also, too, I do want to say this, right? Another thing to take away from this is that, like, you know, there are, okay, like with politicians and entertainers or people that say that they are for the people, but it shows otherwise that they are not. You know, a gift destroys the heart. A gift destroys the heart, meaning that, you know, a lot of times people can lose their morality, lose their integrity to sell out their people. That has happened in many, many situations and times throughout history to show that, you know, there are traitors within our nation. And what you don't want to do is like it can look very good and pleasing to take something from the enemy in order to destroy your own people. But at the end of the day, you have to look out for your people. You have to, if you are in a position where you have life or death, you have something in your hands. Oh, Islam, says, how you doing? Like you got to understand, right? When it comes to your people, and you are put in a position where you can make choices that is deemed life or death for somebody, you have to be very, very, very careful. And that's really anything in life. Anything in life, like if you hold some type of power, some type of responsibility, you have to be very mindful of what you are doing with that power and that authority, because you can create life or end life. You can make good choices or bad choices. You can make a decision that you think is completely right, and it'd be wrong. That's why it's good to listen to someone who has wisdom that is better than yours, that has more discernment better than yours. It's good to surround yourself with people that are going to hold you accountable, people that are going to put you on the right path, get you in a place where you need to be, at a sound mind of making the best choices for yourself, making choices for others, governing your life, governing other people's lives. You have to be very mindful. Otherwise, you are going to be easily manipulated and deceived and beguiled by people like the oppressor, who is looking for, they want something from you. It's not genuine. And it's very clear, like Balak wanted Balaam to curse Israel because they are his enemies. He hates them. He sees the way that they were living. He sees the power that's on them. He sees the protection that's on them because of the Most High, and he wants them to be cursed. But what Balak fails to know, this king of Moab, is that the Lord is with them, and the Lord calls the shots, not him. Same thing with Pharaoh. Pharaoh, everything that go into Pharaoh's way because he said it. And we've seen that in the book of Exodus. And at the end of it, Pharaoh was destroyed. Although the Most High hardened his heart, although the Most High raised him up, to be this powerful king at one point in time, the Most High also destroyed him at the end to show his power, to show who was really in charge. Okay? All right, let's keep going. Verse 18, and he took up his parable and said, rise up, Balak, and hear, hearken unto me, thou son of Zippor. God is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man that he should repent. Hath he said, and shall he not do it? Or hath he spoken, and shall he not make it good? The Most High is a man of his word. When he says yea, it's yea. When it's nay, it's nay. The Most High, whatever he says he's going to do, he does it. Whatever that he tells someone else that needs to be done, it gets done. All right? Give me a moment there. It's a lot here. You know what I mean? And another thing is, too, that you got to understand, the Most High is not someone that is to try to change things around because of how you think, how you feel. You can't pressure the Most High to, go against, for example, right? Can we change the Most High's mind? Absolutely. Can we convince the Most High, Lord, like how Abraham did? Is there, if there's 50 people, please don't destroy this place. Like Genesis the 19th chapter with Sodom and Gomorrah. If there's 5 people, if there's 8 people, if there's 10 people, please don't destroy this place. The thing with Jonah and Nineveh, Nineveh did not get destroyed right away, but 40 years later it did. But however, though, You know, like when it says right here, God doesn't. God is not a man that he should lie. Like once again, the Most High keeps it straight and simple. His yea is yea, his nay is nay. You know, God doesn't, reverse decisions based on, pressure from, from this, this heathen. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, the Most High decides what is to be done, whether he wants his people to be destroyed or not. Okay? Now, can you convince the Most High? Possibly, absolutely. But at the end of the day, it's up to him. All right? Let's keep going. Verse 19. No, I'm sorry, verse 20. Behold, I have received commandments to bless, and he hath blessed, and I cannot reverse it. Right. Because the Most High wanted it to be this way. Balak wanted Israel to be cursed, but the Most High said, no, this is what I want. I want them to be a blessed people. And again, the Most High is showing his power. He's showing his strength. Okay? Let's keep going. Verse 21. He have not beheld iniquity in Jacob, neither have he seen perverseness in Israel. The Lord his God is with him, and the shout of a king is among them. Good night. So Baalim is saying the reason why God is not going to curse them but bless them is because the Most High has not seen any reason to do so, any faults. In order for the Most High to do anything against Israel, we have to be doing something against the Lord, which is breaking his rules. Because this says right here, because we are not breaking his rules, they are not going to be a cursed people. They are, however, are going to be a blessed people. Verse 22. And God brought them out of Egypt. He hath as it were the strength of a unicorn. Like, come on, man. That was the Lord's doing. It wasn't by man. It wasn't by any king. It was by the Most High's doing. The reason why Israel was delivered out of Egypt was because the Most High wanted to deliver us. We were in hell. Now, we are not always in oppression forever, although it may feel like it, but the Most High said, you know what? It's time for you to be delivered out of this place, out of this hell. And the Most High made it happen. He unalived every firstborn of anything in Egypt. Firstborn child of the Egyptians, the firstborn animals, the firstborn plants, everything. Okay. All right. Let's keep going. Where we at? Time. All right. Most High in Christ. All right. 23. Let me see. All right. This is Numbers chapter 23, verse 23. Kaya, La'a, Nakash, Bayakwa, Wala'a, Kusam, Bayasha'ala, Ka'ai, Ya'amar, Bayakwa, Wayasha'ala, Ma, Payal, Al, verse 24. Ein, Kalabaya, Kalabaya, Yakawam, Wakaria, Yata Nasha, La'a, Yashaka, Al, or I, Yaakov, Terah, Wadum, Kaloyim, Yashatha, verse 25, Wa'amar, Balak, Al, Ba'alam, Gum, Kwa, La'a, Taqwabanwa, Gum, Barak, La'a, Tabarakanwa. Verse 26. Waya'ain, Ba'alim, Wa'amar, Al, Balak, Hala'a, Dabarathwa. It's like Dabarathia, Al-Yak, La'amar, Khal, Ashar, Yadabar, Yahweh, Athwa, Aisha. Verse 27. Wa'amar, Balak, Al, Ba'alim, Lakah, Na'a, Akokwak, Al, Makawam, Akar, Awalya, Yashar, Bayanya, Alahayim, Wakwabathwa. All right. Leah, Misham, verse 28. Wayakwak, Balak, Ath, Baalim, Ra'ash, Payawar, Hanashakwa, Al, Panya, Ayash Yaman, verse 29, Wa'amar, Baalim, Al, Balak, Banah, Leah, Bazah, Shabai, Mazabakath, Wakahan, Leah, Bazah, Shabai, Parium, Washabayeth, Alyum. All right, let's clap it up. All right, Most High in Christ. All right, this is Numbers chapter 23, verse 23. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time, it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what have God wrought. Now, this is a very, this is a scripture that comes up a lot as far as the things that, like as far as witchcraft. Sometimes you may hear this scripture come up in witchcraft as far as conversations where there is no evil, there is no enchantment. Like for example, enchantment means, give me a second. I want to get these words so everyone understands. All right, not that part, but damn. Enchantment definition. So the word enchantment means the act of enchanting or state of being enchanted. So let me just see. Hold on. No, that's the wrong word. Give me a second. Give me a second. What's the word I'm looking for? I think I misspelled it. Give me a second, y'all. All right, here we go. Enchantments, right? I don't like the way it says that, but anyway. All right, so enchantment, right? The act of casting a spell or bewitchment, or more commonly, a state of being under a powerful charm, fascination, or great delight, implies holding someone, bounded, spellbound, capturing their attention. So there's a little bit of a Christianity behind this, right? But enchantment is being under under someone else's control or under like being possessed in a sense, right? For example, drugs. Drugs are enchantments. Okay, you know how people talk about love potions and stuff like that. Drug addiction is literally enchantments. The fact that, you know, when you get high, you are not yourself. Okay, you know what I mean? You are not yourself. You are out of your mind completely. Like absolutely, you are out of your mind. You're not regular. Because if drugs can make you, you know, do things that you usually would not do when you're not high, that's a problem. You are under an enchantment. Okay, and enchantment also to, you know, our spirits. It could be alcoholism as well, you know, as well. Just any type of substance where it changes your behavior. But however, though, right? Let's read that again. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, who was Israel, right? Neither is there any divination. Now, divination. Let's see what that is. A divination, a practice of attempting to foretell future events or gain hidden knowledge about obscure matters through supernatural, occult, or divine means. So now, with divination, tarot cards and palm readings and future telling and seeing and stuff like that, right? All of those things, you know, conjuring up spirits and trying to talk to the dead and stuff like that, to the ancestors, all of those things can happen, but it's not something that's going to, destroy Israel. When it says, surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time, it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what have God wrought? Verse 24, behold, the people shall rise up as a great lion and lift up himself as a young lion. He shall not lie down until he eat of the prey and drink the blood of the slain. Verse 25, and Balak said unto Baalim, neither curse them at all, nor bless them at all. So Balak is still adamant about, don't do anything now. So at first I wanted you to curse them, but you know what? Don't even curse them, don't even bless them, don't do nothing for them. Just leave them be. Just leave them be. But we are going to keep reading and see what the Lord's going to say. All right, give me 1 second. Right, so again, like no evil, no curse, no nothing can come up against, the children of Israel, to Jacob because of the Lord's doing, because the Lord is involved. All right, okay, and also too, understand that with any situation that Black, Hispanic, Native Indians have been in, we've always rised up out of it. We dust ourselves of that captivity, of the drugs, of the alcoholism, of the being locked up and being number one in prison. We have rised up against being a byword and a proverb, being a criminal. If you let the oppressor tell it. We have rised up from the war of drugs. We have rised up from just police brutality. We have rised up from everything, every device that's been thrown our way for so long. Okay, let's keep going. Verse 26. Well, Baalim answered and said unto Balak, told not I thee, saying, all that the Lord speaketh, that I must do. Now, Baalim is reiterating, like, did you not hear what I just said? That the Lord told me to say unto you. Did you not hear these words? Verse 27. And Balak said unto Baalim, come, I pray thee, I will bring thee unto another place. Peradventure, it will please God that thou mayest curse me them from thence. Verse 28. And Balak brought Baalim unto the top of Peor that looketh towards Josamine. And Baalim said unto Balak, build me here 7 altars and prepare me here 7 bullocks and 7 rams. So that's it on that part. Let's keep going into the next chapter. Let's see where we at. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Verse 30. Okay. And then we'll sign the rest. All right, let's get it. Let's get this is Numbers chapter 23, verse 30. And this is going to be the last verse of chapter 23. Then we're going to dive into chapter 24. All right. Waya Aish, Balak, Kashar, Amar, Baalim, Waya Al, Par, Wayol, Mazabak, verse chapter 24, verse 1. Waya Ra'ah, Baalim, Kiyah, Tawab, Bayanya, Yahweh, Labarak, Ath, Yasha'ala, Wala'ah, Halak, Kapayim, Bapayim, Lakarath, Nakashim, Wayashath, Al, Hamatabar, Panyua, verse 2, Wayashah, Bayalam, Ath, Ayanyua, Wayara'ah, Ath, Yasha'ala, Shakan, Lashabathua, Wathaya, Awiwa, Rawak, Alahayim, verse 3, Wayashah, Mashawa, Wayamar, Na'am, Baalam, Bunwa, Baar, Wana'aim, Hagabar, Shatham, Ha'ayan, verse 4, Na'am, Shemai, Amaria, Al, Ashar, Makazah, Shadia, Yakazah, Nepal, Wagawiya, Ayanyam, verse 5, Ma, Tapwa, Ahoya, Yaikwa, Mabashakanya, Yasha'ala, verse 6, Kanakayim, not Slakin, Natayawa, Kaganath, Alia, Nahar, Ka'ayim, Natai, Yahweh, Karzayim, Salaki, Ka'arzayim, Ka'arzarium, Alia, Mayam. And I think that's it on that part. Let's clap it up. All right. All right. Give me 1 second here, y'all. All right. All right. No sweat. All right. Now let's get back into the Hebrew. I'm sorry, to the English. Okay. Okay. All right. No sweat. No sweat. All right. This is Numbers chapter 20. I'm sorry. Numbers chapter 23, verse 30. And Balak did as Baalim has said, and offered a bullock and a ram in every altar. Verse chapter 24, verse 1. And when Baalim saw that it pleased the Lord to bless Israel, he went not as at other times to seek for enchantments, but he set his face toward the wilderness. Verse 2. And Baalim lifted up his eyes, and he saw Israel abiding in his tents, according to their tribes. And the Spirit of God came upon him. Verse 3. And he took up his parable and said, Baalim, the son of Beor, have said, and the man whose eyes are open have said, he have said, which heard the words of God, which saw the vision of the Almighty, falling into a trance, but having his eyes open. How goodly are thy tents, O Jacob, and thy tabernacle of Israel, O Israel. As the valleys are as the valleys are they spread forth, as gardens by the riverside, as the trees of lin, aloes, which the Lord hath planted, as cedar trees besides the waters. Now it's gonna run it down a little bit more, but now we're gonna get back into the Hebrew, all right? And then we can finish off all the way from 7 to 13 verses, of course. Okay, give me a second. Okay. All right. All right. We are going to finish off with the last 7. Okay. Let me see something. And also, too, what we just read, right? Baalim, I'm sorry. Let me see. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. Okay, so yeah, Baalim realizes that, it pleased the Lord. He saw when Baalim realized that what the Lord wanted him to truly do, which was to bless Israel, that was something that he saw and realized, and he was like, okay, damn, all right, this is what the Lord called me to do, which was to bless Israel and not curse them. And because of that, he did not go with Balak as far as to see the other, places. He did not fall for the enchantments, the other, he wasn't listening to anything else that Balak had to say, because Baalim realized, like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. The Lord wants me to bless Israel, and that's what I have to do. Okay? So no more of your gifts, your enchantments, and all this other stuff that you're trying to give me, that you're trying to persuade me with. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do what the Lord wants me to do, because I see what he wants me to see, which is to simply, bless Israel. All right. Let me see here. And it also said that the spirit of the Lord came upon Baalim as well, which lets you know that the Lord was dealing with Baalim and not dealing with Balak. All right. 1 moment. Okay. All right, let's finish this off. Numbers chapter 24, verse 7. Yazal, Mayam. Madalyawa. Wazariwa. Bamayam. Rabiam. Wayaram. My God. Malakwa. Watanasha. Malakatwa. Verse 8. Al. Mawat Hazayawa. Matazarian. Katawaya Path. Ra'am. Lawa. Yaakov. Gawanyam. Tazaryawa. Wa'ai Tazamathiyahum. Yagaram. Katazayawa. Yamakataza. Verse 9. Karai. Shakab. Ka'arya. Wakalabya. Maya. Yakwa. Yamanwa. Yakwa. Yamanwa. Mabarakia. Barak. Wa'aria. Our war. Verse 10. Wayakar. Balak. Al. Baalim. Wayasapak. Ath. Kapigawa. Wayamar. Balak. Al. Baalim. Laquab. Ayabya. Kwarathaya. Wahana. Barakath. Barak. Zah. Shalash. Pa'imim. Verse 11. Wayatha. Barak. Lak. Al. Makawamak. Amarathia. Kabad. Akabadak. Wahana. Mana'at. Yahweh. Makawad. Verse 12. Wa'amar. Ba'alim. Al. Balak. Hala'ah. Gum. Al. Mala'akya. Ashar. Shalakath. Alia. The Barthia. La'amar. Verse 13. Yathan. Laya. Balak. Mala'ah. Bayathwa. Kasab. Wasahab. La'ah. I will call. Layabar. Ath. Paya. Yahweh. Lashawath. Tawabah. Awa. Ra'ah. Malabya. Ashar. Yadabar. Yahweh. Athwa. Adabar. And that's it on that. Just clap it up. Again. All right, Numbers chapter 24, verse 7. He shall pour the water out of his buckets, and his seed shall be in many waters. His king shall be higher than Agag, and his kingdom shall be exalted. God brought him forth out of Egypt. He hath as it were the strength of a unicorn. He shall eat up the nations, his enemies, and shall break their bones and pierce them through with his arrows. He couched, he lay down as a lion, and as a great lion, who shall stir him up. Blessed is he that blesseth thee, and cursed is he that curseth thee. And Balak's anger was kindled against Baalim, and he smote his hands together. And Balak said unto Baalim, I called thee to curse my enemies, and behold, thou hast altogether blessed them these 3 times. Verse 11. Therefore now flee thou to thy place. I thought to promote thee unto great honor. But lo, the Lord hath kept thee back from honor. Verse 12. And Baalim said unto Balak, Spake I not also of thy messengers which thou sentest unto me, saying, if Balak would give me his house full of silver and gold, I cannot go beyond the commandment of the Lord to do either good or bad of my own mind, but what the Lord saith, that will I speak. Now this is so heavy right here, because Balaam had just blessed the children of Israel 3 times, and he is showing with this blessing is showing that what Israel is going to be capable and able to do because of the Most High's blessing, and how they are going to be protected and not destroyed. And if someone tries to destroy them, they are going to be destroyed. If someone tries to bless them, they are going to be blessed. And that's how it's going to happen. All right. And we'll finish off, next week, Lord allow. You know what I mean? All right, let me see. Next week, boom, econ, right? You know what I mean? So, all right. So with that being said, I imagine which means to stand. Okay. All right. Slack. I imagine, which means to stand. All right, again, I imagine, which means to stand, everyone. Upon Yaquadam, which means to rise and face the east. This is the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shekah, Yahweh, Malakwatka, Taba'ah, Batazaka, Haya, Asha, Barataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashemayim, Matanlanawa, Kam, Call Yawam, Basalak Nawa, Kurawat Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kurawat Nawa, Wala'ah, Taba'ah Nawa, Pasayawan, the ball, Awashai Nawa, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, the Cut, Malakwa, Wa'ala, Watapara, La Awalamim, Aman. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. So be it. Amen. Kaf, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Babakashah, Nathan Lanawa, Hakak, Lar Pa'ah, Kalmakalai, Kal Manawat, Hakak, Latahar, Hamadazari, Hakak, Hakim, Hamathi, Hakak, Arakawat, Hatama'ala, the Garishan by Shem Yahweh Shai, the Wada Aman. In the English, Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. Please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. Bless Israel in the Hebrew, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Barak Manawa, Wayasha Allah, Wahabayah, Sapari, Barak, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the Wada Aman. In the English, what we just said was, Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shai, bless us in Israel and the school. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Aharim, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Azarya, Ma'ayim, Yahweh, Asha, Shemayim, Waratasa, Ayathan, Lamawats, Regalka, Ayanawam, Shamarka, Hanat, La'ah, Yanamam, Wala'ah, Yashan, Shawamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Ayat, Yamyaka, Yamamam, Hashemas, La'ah, Yakakak, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makara, Yashamar, Aftapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Saga'atka, Wabawaka, Mayatha, Wa'ai, Abulam. Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from which cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim Adin Alaka, Ada Karash, Ada Shakwa, Kayahana, Awabika, Yahama Yawan, Ra'as Al Amaka, Yarayama, Sawadat, Wayatha, Yatazawa, Al Tulapawanyaka, Amara, Lakawa, Nakakidam, Magoya, Wala Aya Sakar, Shamya Sha'ala, Iwada, Kaya, Nawatazawa, Laba, Yakadwa, Aryaka, Barayath, Yakawatwa, Ahoya, Adawam, Wayashama Alayam, Mawaaba, Wabarium, Kabal, Waimuan, Wamalak, Palashat, Amishabia, Tazabor, Gam Ashabor, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zarai, Lavanya Lawa, Salah, Ashalaham, Kamadi, Kasaya, Sara'a, Kayabian, Vanakol, Kayaswan, Nashimatwa, Bayanda Ara, Hayawa, Daman, La Adama, Shatamuk, Nada, Yamawa, Kaira, Wakazabat, Wakatazar Manai, Kal Nasi Kamba, Ashar, Amara, Narasha, Nawa, Ath, Naawa, Alahayim, Alahaya, Shatamu, Kagogla, Kakwash, Lapanira Ka, Kaash, Tabiria Ira, Wakalapat, Alahat, Harim, Turn, Lartatman, Basariko, Basu Patka, Talaham, Mala'a, Panyahom, Kwalawan, Wayapapashma, Shika, Yahawa, Yapashwa, Wayapahawa, Ayai, Wayakaparwa, Wayabadwa, Wayadaiwa, Kaya Atha, Shaka, Yahawa, Labatka, Ayawan, Akaharataza. Psalms 83 in English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee are lifted up the head and take a crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off of being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, the inhabitants of Tyre, Ashur also joined with them. They have opened the children of Lot, Salah, doing to them as the Midianites, as the Siserahites of Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth, making nobles like a rib, like Zeb, yea, are the princes as Zabah, and as Amun, who said, Let us take to ourselves the house of Yahweh in possession, O my power. Make it like a wheel, as it struck before the wind, as the fire burns the wood, and as the flames set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempests and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill the faces with shame that they may seek thy name, O Lord. Let them be confounded in trouble forever, yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. All right. Isupk power structures. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, listen to us now, right now. To the evils and curses, the punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, like prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers in the school. Send evils and curses, the punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses, the punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nations and the drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments are our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Pazi Kamasazi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space programs, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet and the airwaves, the cable access channels, and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way, and try to stop us to broadcast your words throughout the planet Earth. They loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. They could place at the house of the thief and the murderer. That Yahweh Shai, Michael, and Gabriel could bound flying saucers, punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that is the angels have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you always, so be it. All right, Sar, which means to turn. All right. Salakia. All right. All right. Salakia. Oh, yeah, copy. All right. All right, so courtesy salute. All right, Min Israel Shabbat and Majin Barak, Yahweh Shemi Al Shah Brakatah, Yalta, hands to your side. Sar, which means to turn to the sisters, or Sar means to turn now towards the sisters. Min Israel, Ma Shabbat and Majin Barak, Yahweh Shamar Al by Shemi Al Shah, Yalta, class dismissed.
He parted the Red Sea, and the entire nation of Israel walked out of the slavery of slavery.
The ISUPK presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. You do not want to miss this one, Israel. Shalom.